Hey, I'm Zach. And today I'm talking about overgrown forests, poor pastures. This is the absolute best way to clear your land. If you've been watching our channel for any length of time, you know that we have a lot of pigs. We raise Idaho pasture pigs for meat for ourselves, but mostly as breeding stock for other people. We have quite a few pigs. Right now, there's a lot of piglets on the farm, but this is our boar, Samson. We have another boar and our gilt Marigold, and then we have Bacon, who obviously is gonna be bacon for us this coming winter. And this is a topic that I really enjoy because everybody has overgrown land, everybody has poor pastures. If you don't, congratulations. Everybody has a piece of land that is just poorly managed and the forest is just overgrown like crazy. You got all these weeds in here. There's really two ways to go about it. You can either use expensive machinery, which I have done as well. We have a tractor with a brush hog and getting in there and just mowing everything down the best of your ability, or what is easier and cheaper and also a benefit to you because you get bacon. We like to use our pigs to clear, especially the forest where it's very difficult to bring in a tractor, but these guys will go absolutely anywhere. We got Mike here, we got Marigold, which is the cream one, and we got Bacon over there. And it looks like they kicked an apple out of the fence. There you go, Bacon. So this area we're in right now is a piece of forest that was behind the shop, basically neglected. We have a ton of black locust and some black walnut trees mixed in here. A lot of them have fallen over and have died. All of the brambles, as you can see behind me here, we have a big, huge bush of brambles. They've just completely taken over this area. And especially when you have brambles and like sticker bushes and stuff, it's really difficult to clear that area. And then to make it even worse, when you have an area like this, we have trees that have fallen down, just a bunch of pieces of wood in here. If you bring a tractor in here, you're probably gonna do some damage if you can even get it back here. It's difficult to drive over big logs, kind of difficult to move the big logs, especially when they're being held down by just big, huge bushes. To save time, save money, you can totally just go get yourself some piglets. $50, you can find any generic pig online, or you know, you can get something specialty like an Idaho pasture pig. You set up a single strand electric wire for them, divide them off into the sections you want, and they will go absolutely crazy. This area is still super thick. They've only been here for maybe 2 weeks. I took a photo of what this looked like before. It was much thicker than it is now, and they've already done so much work. Over here on this other side, you can see that they have done an amazing job of clearing everything. There's very little that these pigs won't eat, and even brambles, I watch my pigs just nibble on the thorns, and I think they're crazy, but they enjoy it. So, and you can see there's a green line up the middle. This is where the two groups were divided. We keep our boars separate so that way they don't fight. And you can see just how much they have cleared. Obviously you can see the brown area and the green area. The fence was right there. And it's just absolutely amazing what these pigs do. They're taking a section of our property that was just overgrown, wasn't used. I couldn't even walk into it, and if I did walk into it, I was gonna be torn up by thorns, eaten up by ticks, and they've turned it into this, which will actually be part of our cow pastures this next year. We will come through, we'll plant some seed. Our cows will be able to come down this run and access some of these woods back here that they're clearing. We will use for pigs again next year. They're pretty much clearing a space for themselves this year. We'll come in, we'll clean it up, we'll get rid of the downed trees, we'll cut it up for firewood, and they'll be back again the following year to enjoy this beautiful spot in the woods. Pigs thrive in the forest. Of course, you can put them on pasture, but pigs do not sweat, and so they need very good shade, they need very good coverage. So when you're in pasture, you need some sort of shelter to cover them. In this case, they don't have shelter. They have these big bushes, they have the trees, they are all set out here. When I put them in here a couple weeks ago, you could literally not see daylight through this. It was just so extremely thick. They have created little tiny pathways, and what they don't eat, they trample and they push to the ground, and it makes it so much easier to get in there and clear things out, work it, or just leave it so that way they can tear it up next year. The two reasons I like using pigs to clear the land is they save time and they save money. Time is money, so really they're just saving a lot of money. When you take into account the cost of a tractor, let's say your basic one, you're probably about $20,000 brand new. And then you've got a brush hog you gotta get, or some land clearing equipment like some grapples to grab all the bushes, or a big mulcher. You're talking a lot of money. You're talking more than $20,000. It's also about the amount of time it takes. So how long would it take me to clear this land for the cost of a pig? Let's say you can go get some pigs on Craigslist for $50 to $100. You raise them up for 6 months, 7 months, however long you want to raise them up for. You have the cost of feed, of course, and the cost of fencing. You are probably all in at the end of it after feeding these pigs, maybe $500–600. And you've also got to account for the pork products you're gonna get, which can be valued around $500–600 easily. Really, depending on how you look at it, this is free because we get pork out of it. Free way to clear our land, whereas if I use a tractor, it's gonna cost me about $20,000. And for those of you that don't have pigs, have never been around pigs or taken care of pigs, they're really not that hard. They are very food motivated. As you can see, they follow me everywhere because they think I'm gonna feed them. And we walk these pigs all the way across the property. I've probably walked them miles at this point, back and forth. Setting up the electric fence is super easy. We use single strand electric wire, and we have a big 55-gallon barrel here, which was basically free. We get them used. They had soy sauce in them. We clean them out. We put a little pig nipple on there. If you love pork and you got a big section of land to clear, or even just a little section of land to clear, I would strongly recommend putting some pigs on it, fencing them in, letting them stay there for a few months, butchering them at the end of that journey. You'll really enjoy having pigs. They're a great animal to have. For the most part, they're very quiet. Obviously, they're grunting a little bit behind me because they think I'm giving them food, but other than that, they are silent, very easy to move around. Very rarely do they ever get out of the fence. Great animal to have on the homestead, on your property. So simple to clear land this way. I would strongly recommend it. Yep, that pig is chewing on brambles. I think they're pretty crazy, but you can see they've really torn the leaves off of these things and they really enjoy them. So if they'll eat it, let them, I guess. Yes, we finally got some wheels to adventure onto the property. It's so much easier feeding everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this one about the cost savings for clearing with pigs. When you account for the cost of pork nowadays, you're basically clearing land for free. If you got a big piece of land, buy yourself some pigs. I love Idaho pasture pigs, but any pig will do. Set up some electric fencing, give them a water system, and you will be all set. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.